Greetings and welcome to another episode of Play Unplugged TV. I'm your host, Enrico Nardini at Gen Con 2013, and I'm here with Michael Mulvihill, and we're talking about Golem Arcana, not even up on Kickstarter yet, but getting a chance to get it into allowing people to play demos. This, I was saying before, this kind of pre-Kickstarter thing, warming people up so that they know what they're buying into.
Well, in the game that we're doing here, it's a miniature-based board game that has a heavy electronic component. We want to make sure that before we went to Kickstarter, you can't just go to Kickstarter with, oh, we have this kind of idea for a board game thing. It doesn't fly anymore. People want to see a product. They want to see that the product works. And we're here at Gen Con, and we'll be at PAX again in the next couple weeks to show people that we do, in fact, have a workable model, a workable prototype of the game. And then we're going to use that footage, put it up on, on our Kickstarter and everything like that, so people can see what we're trying to do here and that the game actually exists.
Talking to some of your staff, this is a really unique idea. Essentially, it's a miniature game, but a lot of the rules and things like that are compressed so that you have a stylus that you can point at the figures and like it helps work out. If you want to roll dice, you can roll dice. If you don't want to, you can use them. You can use the app that works the game. But I loved one of the things that you said I thought was such a great feature, this idea of being cat-proof, where the game remembers where you put your pieces. So if you have to break everything down and continue the game later, I mean, Look, we're all gamers now. Now it's 2013. We live in a time crunch. What a cool idea.
Yeah, so really, so for people who don't understand what we're talking about, the game is a board game, but the device, in this case right now we're using tablets, but also your smartphone, because it uses Bluetooth technology to communicate. You'll be able to do it just on a smartphone, which, let's face it, everybody has at their disposal nowadays. What it does is the device carries an app, and that app is both the rule book, and I don't mean the rule book in the sense of a text file. I mean a rule book in the sense that it will sit there and say to you, you can't move here. That space is too far away, or the terrain is too tough for you to move through it. So you'll be able to actually tap the board and go, where can I move? What's a legal move? And then move your figure based on the data that's being presented visually, so that you don't have to look in a rule book and go, how do I move? Where do I go? And it does the same thing for, as everybody who's ever played a miniature can count in the hundreds. Am I in line of sight? Can I hit you? I don't think it can hit you. Let me get out the tape measure. Let me get out the string. Can I, and that's all taken care of by the fact that you say, I'm going to use this attack against this guy. Boom, mountain's in the way. Can't shoot him. Or, hey, if you attack the other guy, it's a little easier to hit because he doesn't have any intervening terrain. So even though he's further away, it's actually an easier chance to hit him. And so by doing that and by having that kind of stuff, we can do other things that the device can remember that the players sometimes forget. I mean, we've all played miniature games with, let's say, a cooldown on an attack. At the beginning of your turn, you're supposed to take off the counter. You don't remember. Did I take off the counter at the beginning of this? I don't remember. Did you? Well, how many turns has this been? 2, 3? Computer takes care of it. We don't have to worry about that counting. We don't have to worry about the time and the remembering from turn to turn. The system takes care of all the paperwork, the upkeep, and as you said, the remembering of the state of the game at every time. So yeah, if the game ends, you pick it up, move it out, play it next Saturday.
And it also brings up one of those things where, like, sometimes with miniature games, you're fighting the rules. And so it's not only a question of who's making the best tactical decisions, it's also who remembers, oh, well, if I do this special particular thing, kind of take some of that out of it, becomes more of a true test of tactics versus tactics plus rules memorization.
In fact, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to basically say, you know what, you don't have to remember, what trees modify. Okay, or you're not going to have to remember, did you do cooldown, did you not do cooldown? You don't have to remember all the 10,000 line of sight rules. What you can concentrate now on is playing the game. You can concentrate on the strategy of what you want to do with your team. So you don't have to sit there and go, well, hey, you look up I'm going to move this turn through the firewood. You look up the fire rules while I plant my. No, you're going to tap on the map. The map's going to come up and say, these woods are on fire, 1 point of damage if you cross through them. You're going to see that on the screen, and because it's all taken care of on screen, when you move through it, your health will go down by 1. You don't even have to go, oh, I have to go tap something and get my health to go down. It's going to do all that calc for you and give you the results right there.
That's kind of cool, and that's one of the things with, with Play Unplugged, our website, our focus is like face-to-face gaming, and this seems to be something that's really focused on facilitating that experience. So instead of, like taking away from it, it's adding.
I've done, and Jordan Weisman, who's the co-founder of Harebrained Schemes, and myself as a designer, we've done a lot of miniature games. I've worked on BattleTech, I've worked on HeroClix and Mage Knight, and the Pirates of the Caribbean, Spanish Main Styrene game. I've done all of that, and we all know that the hardest thing, the single hardest thing, is that entry point of learning the rules. And if we can make it so that you can sit down and play a game here at a demo and have people playing who never saw the game before now, literally you sit down and play, and you can walk away after 5 minutes of explaining what's going on because I can look at the screen and see exactly what they're doing, then we feel that we've made something that breaks through that first hurdle. And that first hurdle always seems to be, I got that game and it looked cool and I tried it, but I couldn't get any friends to play. It was too hard and too long. We couldn't get them to learn it. That's our goal. Our goal is to break through that hurdle and the other quick hurdles to get to play the damn game. Play games.
Love it. Mike, when people are going online, where can they find more information? If they see this and they're really interested, where should they go?
www.harebrainedschemes.com. We will be launching and if you go there now, you can actually sign up early, and when the Kickstarter does launch, if you're interested, you can end up getting a free figure as a kind of like an early backer reward program. The Kickstarter will begin in early September with the product launching, cross your fingers, at the beginning of summer next year.
That sounds awesome. Michael, we're also on the internet. Check out www.playunplugged.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you leave a comment below, and we will see you next time.